Hey guys, Jam98 TV here with my WWE Monday Night Raw review from the 28th of July 2014. And WWE Raw starts with WWE World Heavyweight Champion John Cena. Cena makes his way to the ring and grabs the mic. Cena says it's a very lively bunch in Houston tonight. He says normally he would share their enthusiasm, but last week it was revealed to him that to the world that Plan C is what he hoped would never happen, and that's Brock Lesnar. Cena calls himself a marked man by the Authority and knows that they want the title off of his waist. Cena says his opponent at SummerSlam is a mercenary. He says there were many cheers last week when Lesnar was announced as his opponent. Cena says that he thinks the WWE Universe wants Brock to beat him for the title. Loud yes chants by the WWE Universe. Cena says he isn't deaf and he knows who his opponent is. He says that Brock is the most devastating force in the WWE. Cena says that Lesnar destroys who he wants when he wants. Cena says that 40 men have been called champion, but only one has broke the streak. Cena says at SummerSlam he knows that he's in for the beating of a lifetime and he expects it. He then says that he will not lay down tonight or then, and he will not lay down and he will fight. Cena says he'll go to SummerSlam and beat Lesnar just like he did in 2012. He says nobody realises what will happen if Lesnar becomes champion. Cena calls Lesnar a hired gun and destroys what he wants when he wants. He says that nobody can control him, not even Paul Heyman. Heyman now makes his way to the stage. Heyman starts by introducing himself to the WWE Universe and says that at SummerSlam his client Brock Lesnar would conquer John Cena and take away the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He tells Cena that he is courageous to expect the beating that is coming his way, but he doesn't understand how Cena can make comments knowing he is about to become a victim. Heyman says that Cena has taken beatings before and come back, but he has never been victimised. He says to ask Undertaker what it's like to be victimised by Brock Lesnar. Heyman tells Cena that he is on the defensive. He says that his client is looking to conquer him at SummerSlam. His client is on the offensive. Brock isn't just going to F5 and pin Cena, he's going to victimise him. Heyman tells Cena that he has lots of passion and loves being in the WWE, but Brock Lesnar is only passionate about inflicting pain on his victim. Lesnar looks forward to Cena realising that he is no longer going to be the champion. Heyman tells Cena that all he's going to be is victimised and conquered. Cena says he's sick of Heyman's crap and he wants to talk to him real. Cena says that Heyman said the word passion, and even Heyman knows what it's like. He says that the WWE Universe will chant ECW and the ones that fought alongside Heyman. It puts a smile on his face. Cena says that he and Heyman both share the passion and that the WWE is his life. Cena says he worked his ass off because he loves this place and for his passion for the title. Cena says that Brock has no passion but for himself. Cena says that what separates him from Lesnar is that he has heart. Cena says he will walk out of SummerSlam as champion. Cesaro now makes his way out and embraces Heyman with a hug. Cesaro says that even though him and Heyman have gone their separate ways, he won't let Cena talk to his friend that way. Cesaro calls Cena a walking billboard. Cesaro insults Cena and tells him that he isn't a wrestler. He then tells Cena that he can't wrestle and then challenges Cena to a match right now. Cena says it will be an honour to wrestle circles around him and beat him in the middle of the ring right now. Cesaro makes his way to the ring and this one-on-one match will be next. It was a pretty awesome match between Cesaro and Cena. It's not as good as I expected. It wasn't as good as their first match, but I really enjoyed it. We saw the swing, even though dirt sheets reporting and rumoured that WWE officials banned the swing, but it doesn't seem that way at all. He hit the swing 5 times. Cena ended up hitting AA from the top rope, took him to the top turnbuckle, and hitting AA from out of nowhere for the win. Pretty good match in what I'll give a I'll give it a 3.2 out of 5. A pretty good match. We go to the back where we see Stephanie and Triple H. Stephanie says she's having second thoughts about bringing Brie in for a confrontation tonight. Stephanie says she can't go back to jail. She can't see her daughters have utter disappointment in her. Stephanie tells Triple H that this better work. Triple H says that it will work, but he is then cut off by Randy Orton. Orton says that the original plan was for him to face Cena at SummerSlam. He says he asks Hunter why he loses his title shot because Roman Reigns attacked him. Triple H says that he isn't going to change the match because as long as Roman Reigns is in the picture, Orton won't be able to get a title shot. Triple H says that Reigns will ruin every chance he has at a title shot. Orton says he will take care of Reigns tonight, but Triple H says that Reigns has a match with Kane. Orton says he has a problem with Kane, but now it looks like he has a problem with Triple H. Orton then leaves the picture. So yeah, we're back on Raw and we're joined by Paige. She skips her way out to the ring and grabs the mic. Paige starts off by saying that she wants to set the record straight. She says she is young and lets her emotions get the best of her. She says that AJ is still her best friend. She says what she did last week was deplorable. She didn't see AJ as a friend, she saw her as someone who took the title. She then says she'll never do it again. AJ Lee now makes her way to the ring. AJ asks Paige if anyone is buying what she's saying. She says that she gets it and she knows exactly why she is mad. She knows what it's like to be taken, to have the title, something that you've worked so hard for, taken away from you in an instant. She remembers Paige doing that to her. She tells Paige that if she wants to be like her, then be like her. AJ says that she doesn't play little girl games. She says that if she doesn't like someone, she'll tell them to the face like a real woman. Paige says that she's a real friend, and if she doesn't think so, she's crazy. AJ asks her what she just called her. Paige says that she didn't mean to call her that and would never make fun of her mental health. AJ says that she gets it and that it was a mistake. AJ says it happens to everyone. AJ all of a sudden attacks Paige and then tosses her to the outside. AJ gives chase and tosses Paige into the barricade. Paige scurries away and tells AJ to hold on. She asks AJ why she has to be like this and says that they are friends. AJ and Paige have a stare down as Paige stands on the ramp and AJ in the ring. We're back on Raw and we're joined by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They both make their way to the ring. Triple H says that he and WWE Universe have spent a lot of time together. He says that a few times that he has been disappointed in everyone. He is disgusted with everyone because they laughed at Stephanie when she was arrested last week. He says that everyone found it funny when she was handcuffed and dragged out of the arena. Triple H says that everyone has the guts to laugh at her when she was thrown into a cop car like a common criminal. He says that he will never forgive the WWE Universe for that. He asks the WWE Universe if they know how much that affected Stephanie. Triple H says that it was a misunderstanding and that Brie Bella is the one to blame. He says that Stephanie was defending herself and Stephanie slapped Brie because she asked for it. Triple H says that the reality is that all the charges have been dropped with the exception of one, the battery charge that Brie is still holding on to. He says that they are out there tonight to fix all the problems and put everything behind them. Stephanie tries to talk but she is drowned out by the WWE Universe. Stephanie asks Brie to please come out to the ring, but Chris Jericho's music hits and he makes his way and stands at the ramp. Triple H tells Jericho that they have something going on right now. Jericho says he knows and he just wants to come out and give his condolences. Jericho starts singing Bad Boys. The WWE Universe joins in and sings towards Stephanie. Triple H laughs and asks Jericho if he thinks this is funny. Loud yes chants by the WWE Universe. Jericho says that this is pretty funny. He tells Stephanie that it's 2014 and orange is the new black and it's okay to be a jailbird. Jericho says that these are the moments why the WWE network was created, but sees Stephanie carted out. Triple H says that he isn't in the mood for this. Jericho says that he stood by Stephanie's side through everything, but has happened to make sure everything was okay. Jericho asked Triple H why he didn't leave the arena with her when she got sent to the police station. Jericho says he knows why. It's because Triple H is starting to realise that Stephanie McMahon is a filthy, dirty, trash bag. Triple H tells Jericho to shut up and start focusing on Bray Wyatt. Jericho says that's the real reason he's out here. Jericho says he wants Bray Wyatt tonight. Triple H says that Jericho is going to have to wait until SummerSlam. He says after tonight, Jericho is then attacked behind from Seth Rollins. Triple H tells Jericho that he will be facing Seth Rollins. The Miz and Ryback for first Dolph Ziggler and the Usos was a pretty good match. Michael Cole were in hysterics when one of the Usos jumped and took Ryback from the ring apron down to the floor. He was in hysterics from that. But we saw Dolph Ziggler hit the Sid side on Ryback for the win. It was a pretty decent match, and what I'll give a 2.8, in fact 2.9 out of 5. Dolph Ziggler and the Usos got the win. We're back on Raw. R-Truth's in the ring. He's doing a one-on-one with Bo Dallas. Bo tells Truth that he can't be undefeated like him. He says he's lost matches, a lot of matches in his career. He knows that one day he'll be victorious. All he has to do is believe. Both men start to lock up and Bo hits the ropes and lands a few shoulder tackles. Bo then jumps to the outside and does a victory lap, but Bo gets back into the ring and Truth rolls him up for the 3. Winner R-Truth. The streak is over. After the match, Bo shakes Truth's hand and grabs the mic. Bo says he can't believe that Truth was the first to beat him. He says that it's okay. Bo then attacks Truth with a microphone and had multiple forearms to R-Truth in the corner. Bo now puts the ring skirt over Truth's head and lands multiple right hands. Bo tosses Truth back in the ring and connects with a double arm DDT. Bo then poses to the WWE Universe and does a victory lap. We then have a segment with Lana and Rusev when they're talking and mocking the USA. Jack Swagger comes out. He shows the US flag, Seb Coulter does, and calls it a real flag. He says it's a flag with 50 stars and 13 stripes. No matter where it flies, it's represented for the United States of America. He says it represents a family sitting around the table at Thanksgiving. And then he says Jack Swagger basically go get him. He says we the people. He says it's easy for real Americans to stand up, put their hands over their hearts and say we the people. Swagger now sprints to the ring and lays out Rusev. Rusev fights back and tosses Swagger back first multiple times into the barricade. Rusev tosses Swagger back into the ring and Rusev tries to go for the accolade, but Swagger grabs Rusev's ankle. Rusev slides to the ring and Swagger catches him with a forearm to the apron. Swagger and Seb celebrate the ring with the US flag as Lana and Rusev back up the ramp holding the Russian flag. We're next on Raw and Damien Sandow's in the ring dressed as astronaut. He says Houston, there's a problem. He says that the problem is the people of Houston. The problem is also Adam Rose's rosebuds. He says that one small step for man, one giant leap for the toilet for mankind. Adam Rose and the Rosebuds now made their way to the ring. Rose calls Sandow a sour spaceman. He tells him that it's time to come back down to earth. Rose tells Sandow not to be a lemon and to be a rosebud. Rose will be going one-on-one with Sandow, and basically, just as it started, the match is over. Adam Rose wins. But next it's Kane versus Roman Reigns, but Randy Orton just beats the hell out of him. Orton goes back over to Reigns and tosses him head first into the steps multiple times. Orton now takes Reigns and sets him on the announce table. Orton now climbs on top of the table and hits an RKO to Reigns on top of the table. The table doesn't break, so Orton gets him back up and hits another RKO on the table to Reigns. The second time he hits him with an RKO on the announce table, it does break, and Reigns goes through the table. Orton stands over Reigns and tells him that this is what happens when people take things from him, and tells them that it's never going to happen again. We see Roman Reigns still trying to get to his feet on the outside. The announcers show us what just transpired between Roman Reigns, Kane and Randy Orton. We're back on Raw. It's Fandango versus Diego and Layla and Summer Rae with Diego and the Bull. And again, Fandango loses, Diego wins, After the match, Fandango gets to the apron and asks why. Altrito charges and hits a spear to Fandango and knocks him to the floor. I didn't really care much for the match, so I give it a 2 out of 5. They seem to just be having, Fandango lose something. I hope it leads to something. But Stephanie McMahon backstage, she knocks on the door and Nikki walks out. Stephanie asks Nikki if she's seen Brie. Nikki says she will be here. Stephanie says that she just wants to express herself. Nikki says that Brie will be expressing herself as well. Nikki tells her that it's not often that someone like her has to eat a plate of crap, but she hopes that she likes it. We're back on another promo from Stardust and Goldust. I wonder when we'll actually see him wrestle, but I don't know. Alicia Fox and Cameron versus Naomi and Natalya. Again, I didn't care much for this match. A pretty shitty match. Naomi and Natalya won as Naomi made Cameron submit. Didn't care much for that match either. Very fast match. I give it a 1.5 out of 5. Jericho versus Seth Rollins was a great, very good match, and I thought it was really good. Jericho versus Rollins. Shame it had to end in DQ. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Seth Rollins jumped from the top rope and Jericho caught him with a code breaker. Just as he was about to pin him, the Wyatt family little intro thing came up. And the Wyatt family is surrounded, Chris Jericho is surrounded by the Wyatt family. Rowan and Harp attack Jericho with right hands and stomps as Bray looks on. Harp and Rowan hold Jericho as Bray grabs him and hits Sister Abigail. Rowan drives Jericho to the middle of the ring as Bray and the family pose over him. 3.5 out of 5 for me for that match. Pretty awesome match. We go to the back row. We see Stephanie and Triple H making their way to the ring. They'll join us. Stephanie makes her way to the ring. She says that she is the principal owner for WWE and she represents 4 generations of McMahons and represents everything about the WWE. She says the board of directors can't look at her without thinking she's a common criminal. She says that she has this has affected her professionally and personally. She says that her kids are being teased at camps and their friends' parents won't let them come over. Brie now makes her way to the ring through the crowd. Brie says that she's heard enough of this. She says Stephanie invited her here, so she's gonna say something. Stephanie asks her to drop all charges. Brie asks why would she do that. Stephanie says that she doesn't deserve this. Brie says that she does deserve this, and that she deserves to go to hell. Stephanie says that she has taken advantage of Nikki and that what she will not do, and she'll not do that anymore going forward. Stephanie says that she'll give Nikki a raise. Brie says that will work, but Stephanie has to abide by all of the demands. Brie says that she wants her job back. Stephanie says that Brie needs to be reasonable and says that one Bella is nothing for WWE. Brie says that she'll see her in court then. Stephanie tells Brie to wait. Stephanie asks that if she wants her job back, Brie will drop all charges. Brie agrees and so does Stephanie. Brie tells Stephanie that she wants a match at SummerSlam. Stephanie says that she has a match. She names some matches off, but Brie says no, she wants a match against her. Stephanie says that she hasn't competed in the ring in over 10 years. She has dedicated her life to being a wife and a mum. Stephanie says to not make her make the match. Brie says she isn't dropping the charges then. Stephanie stops Brie again and Stephanie says that she isn't a competitor. Brie starts to leave again and Stephanie stops her again. Stephanie almost in tears and Stephanie says that if she agrees to face at SummerSlam, Brie will drop all charges. Brie agrees and says she will. Stephanie starts crying and says yes, she'll do it. Stephanie starts crying and says at SummerSlam. Stephanie then slaps Brie off of the apron. Stephanie then says, I will make you my bitch. Brie then climbs back to the ring and attacks Stephanie. Agents show up and try to pull Stephanie and Brie off of each other. Triple H and a few agents pull Stephanie out of the ring and up the ramp as we go off the air. It was a pretty electric way to end Raw. And I hope that this, well, it's a women's match, so I hope it's given enough time. Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon segment closing Raw. It's pretty awesome and I enjoyed this Raw. To be fair, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of this Raw in the comment section down below. A great way to end Raw if you ask me. And it giving it a lot of build. I thought it was great. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook for links in the description. Thanks for watching, like, comment and subscribe.